And new at 6, we're getting a clear picture of how things could look at your child's school when the new school year starts. News 8's David Williams learned some school districts started activities today, but it was on a scaled approach.
Renee Taylor has an idea of how the upcoming school year could look at her children's high school, but she's not totally sure how this will pan out.
They're talking about a rotation. I'm just not that secure with it because I have a senior and a freshman, and I'm hoping that they're on the same schedules.
Today is the day some districts slowly and very carefully began reopening activities like sports and band camps. Indiana's Department of Education tells me they've seen schools take a scaled approach.
In stage 1, for instance, there's a limit to the number of hours. I believe it's 15 hours that a student can participate. There's a limit to the number of days that an activity can actually take place. And there's a limit to those number of hours in that day that an activity. And again, it's just to get students back in those habits. It's to make sure you're keeping students safe.
I also got an idea of how things could look inside some classrooms. Friday, Indianapolis Classical Schools sent parents their plan for the 2021 school year. Right now, ICS says the return to school plan that seems most prudent and safest includes splitting students into different groups. For instance, Group 1 will be in schools Mondays and Tuesdays, while Group 2 will do online learning on those days. Then the process will reverse that for Thursdays and Fridays. Their two schools, Heron High and Riverside High, will be cleaned daily.
Some students do well online. Some students are struggling, so it's nice that they will rotate.
IDOE says districts are looking at re-entry very carefully, working with local health departments to create plans that help keep your children safe from COVID-19.
We've seen schools that begin to work on their hallways. What does that look like going down a hallway, just like a grocery store? Are we going to make some hallways one way, some two ways? We've seen a lot of districts talk about let's install, plastic barriers or some sort of plexiglass in our high traffic public areas.
The Indianapolis Classical Schools will send their complete COVID-19 procedures and policies to parents on July 17th. And other school systems are also well on their way. An IPS spokesperson tells me custodial teams are deep cleaning buildings to get ready for staff to come back so they can get ready for students to return. In Indianapolis, I'm David Williams. Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.